Hello, ladies and gents, and everyone in between, and welcome to a short weekly review of 2018. Late again this week, because it was a holiday weekend, and I went to the lake house with my friend and her family. And as you can see, I have a tan line, or a burn line maybe, from a swim cap that I wore to keep my hair safe in the pool. Anyway, let's get right into it. The Killing Eve finale was... I don't want to spoil anybody, but you need to watch the Killing Eve finale because it was kind of a finally and then oh shit and then a what? So yeah, go watch Killing Eve. It's only 8 episodes. BBC America, or however you can find it. Really, really good. I've seen many tweets going around about the fact that this new Las Vegas ad has a better storyline and outcome than a lot of lesbian movies. And you know what? It's kind of true. Yeah, Las Vegas has released an ad that tells the story of 2 women, and they talk about their relationship while walking around in Vegas landmarks. And then they're like, oh, let's get married now. You're like, oh, the Vegas wedding, blah, blah, blah. Psych. One of them has called the other one's parents, and the other one wasn't sure if her parents would be okay with it. And her parents are there, and there's a bunch of people at the wedding, and she's surprised, and it's wonderful, and I cried. So, congratulations to Las Vegas for, another notch up on a bunch of queer people's list. It's like such a good commercial. I initially only watched a little bit of it, and I was like, this is so dumb and cheesy, like, who cares? And then I decided to watch the whole thing because everyone was like freaking out about it, and I was like, oh my god, this is an amazing 5-minute movie. Can I please watch it again? And there's been kind of a big milestones for queer legislators in the South, primarily, most notably in Texas, Arkansas, and Georgia. In Texas, Lupe Valdez won the Democratic gubernatorial primary, making her the first lesbian and Latina nominee. And if she wins, she'll be the first Latinx to ever be governor in Texas. And Gina Ortiz-Jones is running for 23rd district. She'd be the first LGBTQ person and first Filipina American to represent Texas. And Lori Birch has received 95% of the votes in District 3. She'd be among the first LGBTQ congresswomen if she was elected. So Texas queers are representing and getting out there and voting. So in Arkansas, Tippy McCullough, she was forced out of her teaching job because she was gay. She ran for the Arkansas House District 33, and she ran unopposed, so she's going to DC. And she will be the first and only openly queer person in Arkansas State Legislature. Georgia already has quite a few queer legislators, but there's no limit. There's never too many. Already in there are Park Canyon, Renita Shannon, and Carla Drenner, who are all trying to hold their seats in the legislature. And joining them, hopefully joining them, is Matthew Wilson, who is an openly gay lawyer. I mean, no matter where you are, no matter who's running, just get out and vote. Because we need it. Read up on who is running and vote for who you think is best, obviously. Do research, though. Don't just vote for someone because they have a cool name. In other queer women making historical news, Sally Ride, the first female astronaut in space, is going to be memorialized on a postage stamp, on a forever postage stamp. Apparently, she was also a lesbian, which just makes her, like, that much cooler, right? She wasn't, from the article, it looks like she wasn't, like, yelling about it, but she wasn't keeping her relationship a secret either. And it looks like her partner and widow was a pretty cool person and helped her with some programming. So, Sally Ride, you know, I'm happy for her getting commemorated by the USPS. Send your postcards, send your letters, send your bills, put Sally Ride on them. Be great. In Oregon, there has been some bummer news about a principal and administration and an in-school police officer at a high school in Oregon who were very discriminatory against some queer students. And the ACLU actually took it on and won for these students and for the students to come, queer students to come. The principal got fired and the in-school officer was removed from his post. And they are going to have to do some overhaul on their policies and their training on diversity or something. And they're going to be kind of under the microscope for at least 5 years. So, you know, it's things like this, reasons like this, that I personally give a monthly donation to the ACLU because they're doing great work out there in every state for people. So if you can afford it, donate to the ACLU. And finally, let's talk about bodies. The body positivity movement and stuff is something that I recently kind of found out about and have been, and I'm into, and I've been working on, you know, like self-acceptance and stuff like that. And it's rough. And, you know, just like pretty much any kind of movement, you know, it's kind of been accosted by cis white women, and to make it more palatable, whatever. But, you know, if you look behind the movement and look behind it all, you're gonna see, just like with everything, you're gonna see queer people of color, you know, doing the work and representing for that community and representing for farther marginalized bodies. This link that I'm gonna set up below is a link to just 6 queer people of color who are killing the body positivity game. And, you know, this was just a reminder to me that in everything you do and in every movement you're looking at, you need to remain intersectional, and look at who's leading the movement and who's being pushed out of the movement. And, you know, you might have to search a little bit harder, but I guarantee you there's gonna be people like you in that movement. It's a constant struggle for me, something I'm not really used to, and I hope that you're getting comfortable, you're learning to be comfortable in your body as I'm learning to be comfortable in mine. That's all I have for this week. So until next week, go out, make this year queer, live your best life, and spread love.